Check, check, check. There we go. Okay. That should be better. We good? We got sound now? Sound, check, check, check. It shows me the sound's coming through. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. I got to get that off of there. Okay. There we go. Okay. Better. Somebody, are we good? Anybody? Check, check, check. Definitely shows that I'm coming through loud and right. We good? Oh, we're good now. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. Something up with this mic. I think I've got a loose connection or something like that. Fuck. Oh, just what you love when you start a live stream, have that issue. Okay, guys. Sorry. So we're back before I was so rudely interrupted by technology. Grant F. Right. So oh shit, come here. Grant F. likes to use harmonics. Right. This one more confluence tool that he uses. And then he lays out this nice trading plan here. So I've got take profit 1, 2, and 3 all tied to fibs and just reasonable targets, right? And you'll note that here at the 50, here at this pivot, and then this would be if we're going to get a full. So he's almost implying something along these lines, right? Something major. Get off of there. Something major off of this entire thing. Well, shit, that's Berkshire Hathaway. Fuck, you probably have to go to a weekly to get some context on that as to where that could be going. Okay, so let's go back. Well, if we're completing the entire thing, and this is so there you see his target. He's just doing what we would suggest, which is a 50% retracement. Which I know it feels like, oh come on, man, we're not going to fall that far, are we? Are we? Well, where do we look at Bitcoin? Right? It's easy to think, oh come on, it would never fall that far. Never. No way. What do they usually do? All right, so Grant has a nice way about putting these together. So for anyone who's looking for a trade, now that's not for everybody, right? You could, it's a $425 stock, right? So it may very well be that you would put this on with options. You have to have some familiarity and some expertise trading options here. This is the one thing you could say here if you're thinking about this in terms of how I might approach this with options. Well, when the market is rallying like this, right? Of course, calls are going to be overpriced and puts will be fairly, if not underpriced. So one thought is you do something. Now, this requires tremendous discipline, right? There is no, well, let's see what happens. Right? You might sell a call spread up here and use that to pay for a call spread somewhere in this range. Assuming you guys can see those. So you're selling out of the money calls to buy some slightly out of the money puts for that big potential. Now, I might do it this way. I might sell a call spread up here to offset a portion of the cost of puts here because you may not get a dollar for dollar, and you don't want to be selling 10 up here and buying 2 down here. So you want to try and keep that balance. So there may be some out of pocket here, but this is just going to offset some of that cost. And so if you come down here or if it stagnates, this is going to help offset your cost. You're going to have to pay for time because we're going out, that's a very long-term projection there. So, it's tricky, right? Because you would have to be tying up a pretty good amount of capital to hold that position that long, or you're going to buy a very long-term option, which can be expensive, right? So it's a question of just how do you want to allocate capital? For this kind of thing, I'd probably sell the calls, and then if I had something like this, all right, well, hey, I have failure swing, then I might look for something like that to come down. I mean, that you're going out 2025, right? So to buy options to hold that, I don't know how Grant F would approach this. I'd be curious to know how he would approach that. In terms of capital allocation. So it's technically beautiful, right? It's just beautiful work. How you take advantage of it, how you implement that trade, that's going to be case by case, based on your capital. But a beautiful setup, technically. Okay, thanks for that one, Grant. Glad to see you back. I wish I could. I know you had a different handle. Okay, here we go. All right, so I got. This is Morrow who gave us. Well, he's giving me a trio here, and I think I have most of this here. So let's see here now. We good here? I've got you guys. Put you on another monitor. Now I can't see your chat. So hang on a second. I'm having technical problems today. Okay, so here, what do I got here? This is Morrow. He wants Let me here, give me a couple of them. So I've got Bit Digital. That looks like the weakest. So let's do that one first. So he gave me Bit Digital, CleanSpark, and Palantir. So this is Bit Digital. I guess you guys are running about 30 seconds behind me. All right, Bit Digital. Well, that's interesting. So looks like we're going to have to go log scale here. I'm going to bring this in here. I do have a little one of my preferred market structure indicators on here. So let's just take a look at what we've got here. Well, you're kind of in between, right? So looking at the daily, well, here we have this pretty, oh shit, that's not going to work because of the, fuck. We'll do it this way. All right, so if we're looking here in terms of from swing low, swing high, we get a clear 50%. Now, yeah, I mean, it's getting to the point where I almost feel like ridiculous pointing this out as often as I do. Yet, it's not like Morrow and I planned this ahead so I could draw that up and show you how dominant this is in the market, right? I mean, there is no other algorithm that I know of that we can track. Now, God knows, right, how many algorithms are in there. Nothing else that leaves this clear footprint, right? So we go from a 50, here's third target. What stops it, right? Sell side algo. It's the same shit every market, every time frame, right? It's not going to change anytime soon. If it changes, we'll know, right? Because this footprint won't be here. But there it is yet again. Okay, so what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa. Looks like we could have, right, just, now granted, it's a little distorted because we're in logarithmic, right? We run right into, right. Well, let's run it from the top, see where we are. All right, so if we divide the range, well, we've just run into the 62. If we think of it from the bottom, or excuse me, from the top to the bottom, you can kind of anticipate what likely happened there. Boy, Jesus, that is just sometimes you see things that are like, oh, come on, man, come on, right? You've seen that in 100 textbooks. Really? It's going to be that precise? We're going to consolidate and then expand, right? I guarantee you that's a squeeze, right? Of course, obviously it's a squeeze. So what comes off of a squeeze? Not most of the time, not almost all the time, every time. There is no time where we get a squeeze where we don't get, from contraction, we don't get expansion, right? It's 100% guaranteed. So as we sit here with that move, okay, well, now how can we make sense of this? Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Well, it's a bit, the 4 is a little off, right? You wouldn't hope to catch it that way. You might have looked for it right here. That's what you would have liked. Okay, our market doesn't always cooperate. So is that what we have? Or is it right here, right? Is it 3, 4, 5? Well, let's dig in there, see if we can make that distinction, because this does look like that's a 5. So you might have a 5, 3. Well, we'll see. Let's go to a 4 down here and see if we can get a better look at that. Okay, the one, oh shit, let's get that off for the time being. Oh, let's get you off for the time being. Okay, right, so, I mean, ABC, right, seems pretty hard to miss. 1, 2, 3, obviously the 4, 5, right? So I got an ABC to come down here and give me a pivot low. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, is this the 4, 5, right? Do you see the problem with that? I guess the problem's the wrong word. Okay, so I got to get an impulse here, right? Now, do I need this as part of that impulse, right? If I'm putting it over here, okay, maybe, right? Maybe. But this is where channeling comes in, right? So you look at this and you go, oh, well, my channeling, whoa, that's all wrong. Which is why I'm reluctant to do that, because I want a self-contained channel for an impulse. So then, okay, so how else would we approach this, right? So, let's see how the 3 landed. Okay, right, second most common. Looks like there's a clean impulse in there. Boy, I'm reluctant to do that. So let's look at it from this end. Right? You're going to have to pick some. Let's come out of log scale. Golden zone. Looks like mostly, right? Looks like that's just consolidation around the golden zone. Let's see if I make sure I'm on that. Boy, is that just out of curiosity, right? Was anything we getting a close? Yeah, there's a close right there. There's a close below. So iffy, right? That's not the kind of price action you want to see. It makes me think this, right? That the instincts were right, because the channeling is just all wrong here. Even though I know it looks better, when we go here. I'd be inclined to think that that's, because there's another 5, right? Again, right, so if it's not perfect, right, you make an educated guess. We got to put them up there, right? So that's all you can do here, because it's not clear. You don't have clarity of what we've got going on here. So you have to make an educated guess, right? So, well, of course, my view is if it's unclear, I wait, because otherwise it's a bit of a, again, you're kind of gambling. Right? If I don't have a clear pattern and account that I can really lean into, you're kind of, okay, maybe. I don't like to trade that way. Now that's just me, right? So let's looks like I got a clear 5 coming down there. So let's consider that. Well, if that's a A, and we're going to go A, B, C into a B, right? What is it implying? Maybe. Well, if we go 1, 2, then this would have to be 1, 2. But we're, Jesus, fuck, how are we going to do that? I see why you wanted this one here. So, okay, I don't think any of us need to wonder about what's happened down here, right? This is just baiting retail, bait, and then we go. It's hard not to call that a 5. Well, let's think about that. If this is, fuck, can we get it in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, what the hell happened there? Hang on. Let's try that again. God, I'm sure we've got the low there, right? So if we do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, let's take that down. That's a little sloppy in there. Where's the lowest low? I don't want to do that, right? So it looks like 1, 2, 1, 2, or A, B, C. Right? It's not clean either way. 3 looks like you'd have to do an A, B, C to get that to play ball. It's a tricky one, right? So, well, he's given us 3 assets here. Now, when it's iffy like this, it's like, okay, well, there's not much question that's a 5 here. So probably a 5. But if it's 1, 2, 1, 2, that doesn't make sense, right? So if you were thinking, oh, okay, the 1 is in here, and this is the 2, and now this is the 1 we're going. Now, could be, but you didn't want a 5 here. Because it suggests this. What's the implied count? Now, it's just that. It's implied. If we're going to come up for a B, then that suggests we're coming down here. We're going to sweep this, so the 2 has to come over here. So it could be oh, fuck. God, there's no good solution here. There's nothing easy. So I go, fuck, why trade it? If I have to guess, I'll wait. Right now, the thing that shows me is mostly it looks like that might be there. Little wick going through. It looks like we're just in this consolidation here. So, of course, right? So one you can look at that and go, well, of course it's going to do this, right? Of course it's going to do that. It's not so fast, right? I mean, if you're applying Elliott Wave, the 5 here has got to cause some hesitation. And if it does, why trade it? I want something where there is no hesitation. We've got, you hear me say this virtually every live stream I've ever done. We've got so many things to trade. Why would you take something that's, I'm not sure. I wouldn't trade that. I don't care how good it looks or what I read or what somebody promoted about how huge it's going to be. Until that count clears up, you're just gambling. I don't do that. I've done it, which is why I don't do it anymore. Right? It's just, my view, right? So, okay, Moro, on that one, I'm going to tell you the hold, right? There's not a trade there that's worth taking. How about let's go to Palantir, right? This might look a little bit better. Oh, I'm sure it does, right? So 1, 2, 3 looks like that's a 4. Now this gets a little funky as well, right? As I was just looking at this. So what are we doing with that? Is anybody going to dispute that as a 3? I'm going to guess not. So we got one candidate here is we're going to go 3, 3. We're going to have a running flat, right? So it would be 3, 3, 5, right? Is that what we have here? You're kind of squishing there, going, oh, ABC, right? So to get the 3, what are we doing with that? Are you doing ABC? Are you doing WXY, right? There's also a little bit funky, right? So the market doesn't always give you perfect Elliott, right? You have to at times, excuse me, you have to at times kind of work, what's the implied count here? It looks like it's implying to me that this is my 4. That is the daily. So then it's a process of saying, okay, well, what can I do to give myself a little bit more conviction? Well, let's check the third, right? How do we do, right? In terms of norms, right? Well, that's the highest probability location for my 3. So it could be A, B, C, W, X. But that doesn't fly, right? So you're kind of stuck here going, oh man, that 3 is so prominent. Well, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looks like I can get a clean 5 out of that. So why would you think something else? Doesn't look like Al is precise in here, right? There's a little wiki here, but enough to take that trade. Well, now it's come and gone. So what's the trade here? Well, one thing we teach, right? So it's up to the individual here, but I would never buy that under any circumstance. I would never buy that. Why you're buying? Well, number one, right? I mean, I'm a retracement trader, right? Period, right? So I don't buy anything that's going up. I only buy things that are coming down, right? So I would wait for, if it's me, again, it's just me, I'll wait for that, and then okay, show me a little sign. Maybe we're going to come in and fill that gap, right? Now gaps, right? On equities, it's different than futures, forex, crypto, right? We have daily gaps, but the market will like to fill that. Then I would buy that. God, that thing is so fucking sticky to your mouse. How about again? Okay, so let's apply everything we know the market responds to. Okay, well, we're to and through. We're popped, right? So Al's broken there. So that doesn't mean, right? It's clear skies. That means that we aren't going to get Al until we get right here, something like. Then he'll show up again, right? There'll be a golden zone right here, right? So doesn't mean it's just clear skies. But okay, if that's 1, 2, 3, 4, if that's the 4, looks like I got another head here to go up for the 5. So if it's me saying, okay, well, where's the opportunity in Palantir? Oh, let's see. Let's dial in a little bit here. So how do we look here with regards to median lines? Okay, right. So, well, the 80% was pumped and hit early, right? So we've got multiple tags on the median line. So that kind of looks like, obviously, is there any question the market's responding to these median lines? Well, you got a sliding parallel here. We can make that case, right? We got a sliding parallel here. If I tighten that up a little bit, not uncommon to see with median lines. So essentially, what you're proposing, right, to anyone trading this is that this consolidation here is the 4. 1, 2, 3, sideways, pop. So up for the 5. So if this is me, again, just me. If I'm going to get something like that, where am I looking for the next trade? Right down here. I'm going to wait for the retrace because the bull side. What are you buying there? The 4, right. I mean, you're trying to buy as it breaks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Really? Is it worth it, right? So you got to look at that and go, is the risk there worth it? So you look at that and go, oh, well, clearly it's going to make the median line. Okay, well, it's already tagged its median line. So the 80% has been burned. So you can't say, oh, it's got 80% odds to get there. It's already done that. That's already burned. So you look at that and say, okay, well, okay, so I've got from 25 to 33, $8. Maybe, right? I mean, I wouldn't. Don't mean do what I do, right? But I just would never buy that. Because I wait. Now, if it comes down a little bit lower, maybe, right? Maybe now you don't want a 4 going that far, right? let's get our wave 4 on there. Right? If we get somewhere like that, yeah, I'll buy that. On the premise, see, look at the difference, right? Now if I do it, I got much better upside. I don't want that 50. I don't want it breaking that 50. All right, so now I got 14 to 1. But I'm not here, right? I'm up here. If I do this and I buy it here and I'm going for the median line, well, I got to do this. You say, oh, okay, well, I'll just use that pivot. You sure about that, right? I mean, that's just every pivot, right, is a target to the algos, right? So that would be, okay, if it rolls over, where are they going to go, right? If right now, maybe it does that, but if it rolls over, that's the target, right? Sweep it, then maybe you go, right? That's how the algos fly, right? They want to sweep. You can't look at every pivot and go, oh, well, shit, I got to wait until the algos do their thing. But you can look at it and say, well, if they were going to try and take advantage of retail traders, where would they do it? I mean, if you could, where would you do it? Right there, right? Right. We got a fair value gap in there. Shit, do I have? Oh, I think we do here, right? So let me get. This is one. Let's get the inverse off. Just go to the regs. It's just, again, it's just a gamble. It's not good enough, right? Now, maybe down here you say, okay, ABC, okay, we're filling out there's the fair value gap right there. Hard to see. I should probably brighten that up. Hey, bear with me. Let's make that a little brighter. Right, so here, so there's the imbalance, right? So it comes back down right to the edge of it. Fills it, up we go. So is this ABC? It's okay, maybe, right? We're right in the pocket between 23 and 38, but you're a little late now. So do you wait, right? So where's the better trade setup? I'm not saying don't buy it, right? I would never say that, right? You got to make your own decision there. I'm just saying, to me, right, the risk reward here is better to wait. Complete the 5. Okay, so I know I got a 5. Well, what does that imply to me? It implies to me likely we're going to retrace down to 14. It's at 24, right? That's a $10 fall. So for the aggressive, maybe some options. Maybe put on a call spread for the aggressive. If you love it and you think it's going to go. Or I just think you're late, right? The trade was down here, right? Now you're chasing at the highs, right? Which is usually the kind of thing you see. Think of it this way, right? Let's say you get stopped out. Let's say you get stopped out and you're journaling and you're saying, okay, why did I take this trade? What was I thinking? Well, I thought it was 3, 4 to the 5. If you get stopped out, are you going to feel like, oh, well, I handled that beautifully, right? If it does this, that might be the kind of thing where you look at that and say, well, next time I'm not going to try and buy the 4 into the 5 of the 5. I'll wait and let that thing complete and then try and buy into the 2. That's where the money is. You're trying to buy the 5 of the 5 of the 5th at this degree, which would probably be the 1 right off of this low. That's about money management and where's the best opportunity. Is this a bad trade? No, I wouldn't say it a bad trade. It's not one I would take for what that's worth. Because not enough upside. Okay, so enough on that. He had one more, which was CleanSpark, which we looked at. Oh shit, this has been a beauty. We hit this in a live stream, I think 2 weeks ago. I took this. Shit, do I still have? No, I sold it. I did it in options. Yes. See, there's a better one, right? It's better. Buying at the 50. So where's the perfect place to take this trade? I think this is still here because from the live stream, right? That was where you take the trade right here, right? So okay, I got a little retrace, and if I'm not mistaken, I think this is golden. No, it's a 50, right? So here's a pop, here's the 50, right? So okay, right? We're not going to always get golden zone. We're coming right out of the pocket here. 1, 2. Oh. Right? Boom. We done? What would we be completing there, right? That's the question. Okay, well, let's evaluate that. Do we, right, it's divergence? Yeah. All right, perfect 4, right? Just right what you want to see. Now, note, we're not in any squeeze here, right? So this is trending. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Where are we, right? We're still looking for this. Now, again, see, this is... this probably gets people into more trouble than anything else, right? It's the lack of patience, right? We get so caught up in like, oh fuck, it's going, man. I gotta get that. Oh shit, hang on. I'm trying to get this out of there. Damn it, get out of there. Okay, is there any? We don't have to wonder if we got an impulse there, right? I mean, it's just drop dead, like in your, like right out of a textbook. Like I can't make that up, right? Jesus Christ, seriously, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So, if you're thinking about the Palantir, that's what you're looking for now. But right, it's already starting to come down. Oh, okay. So are we done? How would we know we were done, right? If you're applying, I'm getting into some brown belt stuff, right? So this is all. This is the first pivot that we get here, but to really call this high in, right, you'd want to see it take this low, right, to confirm, right? So right now, okay, here we go. I'd want to see it take that, so I know I had a high here. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the 4. What am I looking for in terms of price action? Well, I'm looking for this, right? That's what we'd be looking for. It's the lack of patience to wait for that to set up that probably hurts more retail traders than anything else, right? Other than not trading with a stop or just doing stupid things with money management. It's going. And I mean I don't know how long that takes. That could be a month. It could be a year before that sets up. I don't know. Probably not a year, but do you have the patience to wait for it? Now, we don't know for sure that we have a high here because we haven't swept that low. So, okay, 3, 4. Well, okay. So if we were going to look for market structure, right, we get up here. Okay, where are we looking for it? Here, I got 2 fair value gaps here, right? So imbalances, right? Market likes to fill those imbalances. So somewhere in here would be ideal. That's what I would do, looking for that. Right now, if this count holds, right, which no reason to think it wouldn't. 1, 2, 1, 2. We're still chasing the 3, 4, 5. So this has got plenty of upside here. So this heads up, but don't fuck yourself by chasing up here. You gotta wait. You gotta wait for that to come down for you. I know it's frustrating. It's like, oh shit, how perfect that is. Okay, well, you didn't miss anything, right? We're still in the 3 of the 3. Well, okay, yeah, you missed something, but there's plenty of upside juice left in this. This has got a lot more to go for this to complete at this level. That's subtle divergence, right? So, okay, what are we going to run into? Anything from up above? Well, so you'll note here that this is all internal, right? So this, God damn it. I think it's one of my least favorite parts of, right? So this range here, right? We're just in this range, right? We don't have a new high. We don't have a new low. So in that range, okay, well, let's check from the absolute high to the absolute low. Let's get Al on there. Coincidence? I don't set this up, right? It's not, we don't do this in advance so I can do that. I didn't know that was there, but I'm not surprised in even a little bit that it is there, because it's always going to be there, right? It's always going to be resistance, always, not usually, always at every time frame. There we go again, right? Now that's swing high, swing low. Right, so it's different, right? Because you've already had the break here. So if you're looking at this, you'd be anticipating it breaks, but the pause here is not surprising, right? So we go here, right? Of course, way broken, right? From the high. Okay, not surprising that we don't just blow right through it, but the implication is that we will. Oh, we in logs? Yeah, we're in log. Can't use that. 3, 4, 5, lots more to go, right? New high looks like very reasonable target up here for that to go, right? It's 159. How to trade it? What? You wait for the retrace here, buy some calls, buy the underlying. It's not a terribly expensive stock. You could do both. Right there. Why not that, right? What you don't want to assume something abnormal, right? You want to assume it's going to follow along in this beautiful little impulse that it's in. Look how, right? We went through, right? This is a golden zone. This is a gold 50. Stay with it, right? You trade them until we get a break of structure. There is no break here. There's no reason not to be bullish here. Okay, that's got Moro, got all those. Okay, Ben B. Oh, it's not like Ben B. Did not give me a chart, but he didn't. Okay, so let's go. Oh, shit, that's so pretty. I'm going to save that. Oh, shit, let's get rid of that one. What have I got here? I got 2 Bitcoins. Let's go. We just did. Which one did I not like? This. Well, that one's not bad. Okay, let's do it this way. Hang on, Ben B. I'm coming. Okay, so let's go here. Hang on. Oh, that's good here. So let's remove drawings. And we're going to go to, what are we doing, Ben B? We're doing AMD. AMD. Ben B usually gives me a chart. Okay, let's see what we got here, Ben B. Well, let's get rid of that, right? I like that off because I don't want it to influence my thinking. Okay, we're probably going to have to go weekly here. All right, so where's COVID? Shit, we didn't have much of a, was that, no? Where is COVID? Jesus. Come here. 20, all right, is this? Well, we didn't get much there for COVID, do we? Oh, maybe it's because I'm log scale. There we go, there's COVID. Okay, I just had to find it. There we go. Nope, that's 23. Jesus. Not much of a reaction. That's interesting. All right, let's go to the daily. So this is what we're launching from. Let's get rid of that. 1, 2. That's why you wait. That's why you wait for the retrace. 50 to the tick. Looks like you're going to have to dig a 1, 2 out of that to get a 3, 4, 5. It's a little sloppy, but this not overlapping here makes me lean into that. I believe I've got that just right. I guess a little shaky there. But that is not, right? The things that don't happen accidentally, right? We don't overlap that. So let's look at that 2. That looks like maybe a 50. Oh, Jesus, come here. Boom, boom. Nice. Over and over and over and over again, right? You just, essentially all I do on these live streams is just show you the same algo over and over again. 50 to the tick. So we go 50 to the tick, boom. 50 to the tick, boom. So when I'm saying, hang on, have a little patience, right? It will retrace there. That's why I say that. Not to be like, oh shit, I don't want to shit on your trade, right? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just, if you wait, this happens. Okay, well let's see if we can put something together here. So if that's 1 and that's 2, okay, 3. Looks like we're in a 4. Oh, fuck, come here. All right, 1, 2, 50 to the tick, right? We got all the ingredients you like to see, right? Do we sweep for liquidity? Yes, we did, right? So that's just the textbook, oh, please, right, retail. Oh, yeah, it's going to go short, right? And then they just get bent over. So this, whatever, oh, I've got this, what have I got on here? Oh, that's just a fair value gap. Okay, so let's put Sonar on there, right? Our friends at Sonar. Okay, 1, 2. Well, I know this is a 50, so right off the bat, right, I want to check, right, for a corner, right? Already got it, right? So now I take that off. because now if the 80% is already burned, what am I looking for, right? Well, do I have a 3? It looks like a good 3. Right, we've broken the channel. That's why the channeling is important to an Elliottician. Right, I want to see that break. Right, so we're, here, in arithmetic. Oh fuck! Oh, hang on. My monitor does this. Hang on. New monitor. Okay, so this looks like classic 4. Right, stalling. Right, we're stalling. We don't progress the trend. We consolidate. Squeeze. Right, what comes from a squeeze? Not usually, not most of the time, always, right? Expansion. Now, we don't know which way that's going to expand, but you can look at the context here. The suggestion would be, is that my 3? Or is this an internal 3, right? Does that have more to go? Where's the high probability 3? Up here. Well, does that make sense? We're only going to do here in AMD? No, that doesn't make sense. What would your next thought be, right? You don't know, but you're just kind of thinking out loud. That's what I'm doing, is thinking out loud with you. Oh, okay. Can I get that done here? Maybe not, right? Looks like there may be more there. So let's go down here. All right, so let's put it there, and then we got to check that because there's a little double hitch in there. 1, 2. Oh, what's that? Uh-oh, 1, 2, right? What am I doing with that? Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a 3 at a higher degree? I'm not sure. Okay, so let's get that one out of here. So let's go to a 4 hour and see if we can make sense of this. That's a little bit of a, didn't want that there. Let me take the sonar off for just a sec while we deal with the Elliott. Okay, so a couple of things. I feel like I'm hurrying here. Okay, so that's interesting. I have to do it here, right? I don't think that flies, right? But so really what this comes down to is how long is it, right? It's long enough. Could be the 3, 4, 5. Could be. I can't say I love that. This is clearly the 4, although we can't really say it's done. Okay, maybe it's done. What are we doing with that? Are we doing it this way? Can't eliminate that. It's perfectly self-contained. Perfectly self-contained. So you have to look at that and go, why not that? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, or is it 1, 2? Would that work? Or is when you have this little double hitch in here, you got to look at all of these and say what's most probable. Okay, we haven't gone far enough here to where you'd think that would be you would label it this way. Maybe this way, right? This is a problem here when we have this little hitch in here is kind of fucks you up a little bit. Okay, what are we doing with that? Does that work? Well, it would work. Extension in the 1. That's a shallow 2. 1, 2. Let's look in there. Bottom line, it's not drop dead. Oh, there it is, obviously. Well, let's check this here. That's a 50, right? So certainly one possibility is another 1, 2. Okay, so let's take him up a degree. Oh, fuck me, come here. God damn it, come on. Let's go down. Actually, I want to go up. Let's go to sub. Okay, let's put this out of here for a second, right? Welcome to the sausage making. Right? You're not sure, so it's a process of, okay, well, if we're not sure, what are the options here? Could this be another 1, 2? Well, let's consider it. Right? I mean, this is what you got to do, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like I might have a 3. It's getting a bit fat there. Let's take that micro. Let's go. Oh, here will be fine. Is it that? And all of this would have to go up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, just using the tools. Right? What are we doing there? Let's go. Okay, we're in the pocket. Right? It's a little. So what are we doing? WX. Some fuck. It doesn't matter. Right? We don't. It's just consolidating. WX. A, B, C. Looks like A, B, C as it sits there right now. You know, I don't know that it matters, but I'd probably start there. 1, 2, right? So can that be our 1, 2? Why not, right? Why not, right? So you go, oh, okay, could it work? We got to fill in a gap there. Let's look here, right? If this is 1 and this is 2, okay, a little better. Keep hitting that. I want everything self-contained. I don't want. Here's what I do not want to do, right? I don't want this to go over here and do this. Right? What I want is for this to go up here and complete, all self-contained within this channeling, right? So that's probably the thing people leave out most, right? Is the channeling, because the channeling help us define. Are we still in the same impulse? If I go up for this 3 and this 4, how's that going to affect the channeling? Well, I will have completed this, so then I'm going to have a very narrow 1, 2. Right? It's not ideal, but it's, you got to deal with what the market gives you. So I might expect a skinnier 4 for that 5. Oh, you could probably just do something like this as well. All right, so that's just 2 standard deviations. Right, so all I'm doing is regression channel. So look how nicely that conforms with what I just drew. All right, that's why I like a regression channel. Okay, 2 standard deviations on either side. Okay, good. 3, 4. Am I going to break 2 standard deviations for that 4? Well, let's assume we get up here, right? So that we'd have something like, let's do this. Bring this down. That's pretty much what you're going for here. For this to complete 4. Okay, so of course, we don't know, right? But you want to map it out. Okay, so if I get this, okay, I know right what's happening. And then there's the trade, right? So we get the intersection of these 2 channels right here. Now, I don't have this, but if I'm mapping this out in terms of where I'd be looking, lo and behold, right? And look what that does, right? It's right in the range of this consolidation. So we want to see up. Here's the 4 because we need a 4, 5. If it's going to come back for another 4, there you go, right? So, excuse me, you got a couple of trades there. You could take the squirt here, going for the, this is higher risk, right? Look where we are from the low, right? So when you're buying up here, be aware that you're buying up in the nosebleed section, right? Okay, all right, do we want to buy there? How much do you love AMD here? If this is an algo play, I might do it. Right, we get here 1, 2. But I would be pretty tight on that, right? So there's 50 to the tick. Is it technical? You guys tell me, right? Is it technical? Well, we just done. It loves 50s, right? So there's another 50, which is common. You'll see that, right? Certain markets, right? They won't go golden zone. They'll just do 50s for whatever reason, right? The algo is just kicking on the 50s, right? It's going to kick on both, but it's getting traction on the 50s. 50, 50, 50. We don't know. Why would you assume we're not going to get a 50 for the 4? No, we're not going to get that. Right, we'd have to see, right, where we end up. Might get the 38. Tradable? Yeah, that's tradable. Who gave me this? Ben B, right? So I'd probably do that with options. It's an expensive stock. I'd probably put on a call spread, maybe sell some out of the money puts down here just to offset. Always hedge, right? I'd sell a put credit spread to offset the cost of the calls. And stall in this range, right? The time decay down here is going to work for you. It's going to work against you on anything you're long. But if you sold a put spread down here and bought a call spread, only one of those, 2 are getting hurt by time, 2 are getting helped by time. So it would offset some of that theta burn. 3, 4, 5. Options slow the whole thing down, right? So you tend to trade because of the time burn. You trade more in spurts. So you would trade for the push to the 5 of the 3 here. maybe you don't want to get bearish, right? So then you'd wait for the 4 and then push for the 4 to the 5, right? So you can't. So it would be much more cost and capital intensive to put something on saying, okay, I'm buying here, looking for to get to this fifth, right? That could be a year away. So you tend to trade the options swing by swing. Pretty good, right? Thanks for that one, Ben B. I think that's a good setup. So I would just map that out, right? Is it ripe right now? Well, if you're aggressive and you really like AMD, go for it, right? That would be, you probably got, I wouldn't give much more below that 707. You'd probably get 451. But don't overstay the party, right? Because the odds are we got another retrace to go, right? Well, think of it this way. All right, we can always come back to market structure to help guide us. Right. If, which we haven't done, right? If we break this, what will that be? That will be a break of structure higher. What do we anticipate after a break of structure? Retrace, right? It's not, what do we anticipate? Like we can absolutely count on it. Now, that doesn't mean that this doesn't go, so I got to be careful the way I say. People take me too literally, right? So if we go up here, we'd have a break of structure, right? So we could go high, right? So it doesn't mean, oh, well, I can't trade that. I guess this is easier to see, right? I can't trade it until I come way back down here. No, right? Because we could do this, right? And then we'd have another break of structure, right? So here's the retrace, right? You didn't get this retrace, right? But I got another break of structure, right? So you have to keep waiting for that retrace. It comes, right? It will come, right? And you remember, everything we teach, everything, absolutely everything is oriented towards being a retracement trader. Nothing, zero in our entire belt system is there anything that teaches breakout trading, right? And we do the opposite, right? We're trying to encourage you not to do that, right? It won't serve you well over time. Okay, thanks, Ben B, for that one. Sienna Plays, where have you been, man? If you could, BA. So let's go to BA. BA. Nerve of these guys taking time off. I teach you, Sienna Play. I tease you. Okay, so let's go back to what do we got here, right? So, well, this looks interesting. Okay, is there any confusion about what we have from this low? I mean, this is what I like, right? If I'm going to do, again, we got so many things to trade. Well, let's look here. Did we get it? It looks like we might have a little diag in there. All right, so well, it's possible. Here we have to look at this. That might be the 3-4. Let's look at it. That might be here. Okay, so what you got a couple of possibilities here. Things that would be, areas of interest, right? We don't. Jesus Christ, look how precise that is. Things that just do, right? Human beings, right? We're not that precise. Software, very precise. Right, so the fact that we come that far and we do not overlap, I promise you, that is not random. Promise you it's not random. So we got to look here and say, well, if it was here, would that be any better? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But fuck, that looks like a 3, doesn't it? You might. That's a 5, right? We got to deal with. So either we finished up here. Actually, now that I look at that, well, look here as we're coming up there. It's a little shy of it. Well, part of what makes me think that this might play is the channeling, right? So where's the first bit of channeling? Right here. So if we did this, right? Let's look how that would play with it. Get that down. See, the problem with this is it sure looks like it's a 5, right? So you're reluctant. Is this? Why are we doing something like that? Oh, here, I was all excited how easy this looked. That looks good. You might be stuck with that, which makes this a little more complicated. What are we doing here? Well, it looks like I got a 3, 3, 5. 3, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's kind of shitty. It wouldn't matter. You could do a WXY or an ABC. Wouldn't matter, right? So you got all of that down here. Okay, so liquidity. They didn't get it. That's surprising. And again, bulls taking advantage there. It looks like you might have another little wiki gets through. Question is, can you get a 5 there? So, fucking market does have to sometimes be a pain in the ass. Okay. That 3 is solid. Is there any way we can turn this? No, fuck. That's just 1, 2, 3, 4. No, you're stuck with that, right? You got a 5 here. Just there's no way around it. You got a 5, right? So we got to deal with that. Now, you see, I can hear some of you going, "Oh fuck, well, who cares, right?" You see, if you're going to apply Elliott Wave, you got to apply Elliott Wave, right? You got to live within the rules and the guidelines. Now, there are times where it gets a little squishy, right? You go, a little bit of a shuffle there. But for the most part, if I've got a 5 staring me in the face here, that I can't, do a little bit of a nudge here to make it fly as something else. God damn it! I knew that market was not done. I'm just looking over at the market. I got stopped out right before I started here. Right, always hard to trade on live stream days. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. If that's the 5, what am I doing with that? I'm a little fucked there. You kind of have it as well here. You don't have a great 3 here. Shit, what to do with that? Looks like you've already broken the golden zone here as well, right? So you're a little some sort of consolidation. I would suggest that likely coming up. So B. I say I like that. Well, here I'm trumpeting how clean this looks. Let's see what else we're dealing with here. So Sienna plays. Okay, so let's see how we look here. Well, so right off the bat, so things that should draw your eye, right? We don't get a new low here. I don't know why that's. Let's go here, right? So we don't get a new low here, right? So this is just sitting, right? We don't have. So we have a clear range, right? So you'd call that. We're going to call that ABC. You don't have anything to. So it's kind of wicky, right? It's kind of choppy. Let's see how this looks. Okay, so there's Al right there. So was he here as well? Yeah, a little wicky, right? So often, right? So if they'll break on the first one, you'll catch it on the second one. So we go, so that looks fairly good here. So we roll over. What I don't want to do is truncate, but it looks like this is all wick down here. It's amazing. I can't say I'm ready to buy or sell there. You're kind of sitting right in the middle, and I'm not sure how to deal with that. Well, let me rephrase that. I got a 5 here. That certainly looks impulsive. So the labeling is elusive. Is this A, B? We're going to come down for some sort of a C here and go deeper. Again, my view is always, if I'm not sure, fuck it. Next trade, next chart. Why struggle, right? Well, again, so many things to trade. Now, Sienna plays. He might be in this. Oh, this is Boeing, right? They've got their issues. When's earnings coming? So that's likely they're gonna get hammered there. We got news today. Well, the temptation with something like Boeing is that they're gonna sort their shit out. Sound is out. Okay, I got it back. Sorry, guys. All right. Jesus. One of these days I need someone to help me with these. Okay, so his premise is, I think we are all kind of working on the idea that, what are you giving me here? Let's pull back a little bit. Right, this is cool. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of, are these trend lines? Are we yeah, I guess they're trend lines. Okay, so are we good back? Yeah, sound is good. We're back? I think we are. Okay, right, so I think we're all kind of working off of this idea. 5, right? So let's put that in something brighter. How about like that? All right, sound is good. Sound good? Shit, I'm still seeing sound is out. Check. Yeah, it looks like we're good. I'm just looking at the mic. Looks like we're okay. All right, so it looks like that's where we are. Yep, it's back. Okay, good. Sorry, guys. All right, so consolidation, right? Funky, fucked, labeling it. Good luck, right? So here's the sweep. This is the ETF, buy the rumor, sell the news, and then the halving coming into it. Now, what would make you pause here just to go, is that the 3, right? We're going to have this raging bull, and we're not going to do even a 1618, right? That's the only thing that gives me pause here. Now, this is log, right? So we 3, right? So we got the 127138. Okay, second most common. Look at Bitcoin now coming up to the 2618. So it makes me keep looking for, how can I get a 3 up here for the Bitcoin bull, right? If we're going to go, Jesus, in my feed, I see 150, 500K. God, was it Tom Lee? Tom Lee was saying 150 this year, 500K within 3 years. He's been pretty good on crypto. I'm not sure I'm not sure about these trend lines. I'm not saying they're not good. I'm not sure where they're coming from, how he's using them. Maybe it's log scale. Could that be it? I'm not sure what you're pulling from there. I don't think he gave it to me in log scale. Okay, so let's just dig in here. Okay, so what are we thinking? Well, that's an 8 hour. What did we get here? So 64. Beautiful. I think we could probably all agree that we've got an impulse on our hands, and we've got a pretty good looking 4 here, right? Just the same, right? The 4 is the one that's easy to spot, right? We don't progress the trend, we stall, right? A little consolidation before we go up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the only question really we're wrestling with here is at what degree? Where are we? Where are we in the count? If this is 3, 4, that would have to go up. Let's go up. All right, if this is 3, 4, 1, 2, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right? Remember when it almost is hard, you choke on them. You're like, oh, come on, man, it can't be that many 1, 2s. No. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 3, 4. Let's get you so I can see it. And I got to take that thing off. I'm not saying don't use it if it helps you, but just for me, it drives me crazy. Right? I can't move the labels around. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so pretty good looking 3 there. Again, 4. Right, where do we stall? It's not hard to spot. Oh, we didn't quite make the 50, right? So we're in a little hook and go, right? But we don't come down into the oversold zone. All right, so what do we got to work with here? So what's the only real question that we have here, right? If you're not in, which God, I'd like to think anyone watching here has got a piece of it at least, right? So the question is, okay, how do I get in, right? If I want more, how do I get in? Well, that's pretty good rejection there. So let's look at that. Where are we here? Now that makes me go, where is that trend line coming from? What the fuck is he? Okay, this one I see. What is it? These two? Is that what he's? That's interesting application of trend lines. Interesting. I'm not sure why you would. Why would you use these two pivots? Just because you can? Sure. Okay, let's just look up here. So with this, what I would do, right? So I look at this and go, okay, what's here? Why do we stop there? Order block? Well, things we can see, right? So there's a fair value gap right here, right? So this gets, we'd have to use this, right? So even though this is the up candle, right? This is the one that sweeps the high. So I would use that. So we go here. Oh shit! Here, let's go. Here's a sell zone. Let's pull this back and bring it all the way, right? So if you were over here looking for, where's the order block, right? How do we find the order block that we want to use? It's the one with the fair value gap, right? With the imbalance that follows it. So there's two conditions for an order block. One, it has to sweep the candle, the liquidity at the prior candle, right? So, or you transfer it to the next one. So there's the order block, but it leads to the imbalance, right? So I've got a good order block. Coincidence? Not to the ICT army. They'd be like, oh, well, of course. Fair value gap's been filled. All right, so once it's filled, I mean, best case, we go higher, it's an inverse fair value gap, right? But that's filled, right? So that's pretty interesting. Now, here's the Jesus, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I saw, who gave me this? Dr. Alban, you got to explain these to me. I don't know what you're doing there, so I can't really comment on them. Oh, let me get the EW on there just for fun. See how we look here. This one with the squeeze. All right, so I'm going to go to a 1070 since we're going so big there. Let's go 1070. Okay, all right, so it kind of lays it out a little bit better when we have these monster moves, right? So candidate, right? You got a candidate here for, you know, that is like that's right out of an Elliott oscillator or an Elliott, any Elliott education here that uses the Elliott Wave Oscillator. Well, what do I want in the 4? I want to see it come back to the 0 line and create a squeeze. Look what I got there. 1, this would be the 5 of the 1, right? 5 of the 1, 2. Here, do you see how this works? Here's the 5 of the, I can even barely get it. Not much, but it's there, right? There's the 5 of the 3. 4, well, I think we do it this way. 4, 4, 5, but 5 doesn't match 3. Where I was going with that is the bad news here. I don't know if it's bad news, but we have to consider this, right? If we top there, where are we looking for the next buy? 40K. Now, market's under no obligation to do that, right? It's not under any obligation. Oh, fuck, what do I want here? To do that. No, that'll work. But again, you're either applying Elliott Wave or you're not. Right? If you're applying Elliott Wave, you got two thoughts here. Either we're coming back here into 40, right? This could be the having, you know, it happens and then we retrace, right? What would be the forecast, right? That we cut it in half, right? Which that's not related to the halving. That's the miner's reward. But the price action is, interestingly, the premise would be that we cut it in half. And I know you look at that and you go, oh fuck, man, come on, we're not gonna. No way, we're going to 100K. We're not going to cut it in half. Oh shit, I don't have enough history here. Oh shit, what have I got here? Here we go. That's what I wanted to show you. Okay, right. So when the market is first putting in 69K, is there any of you, I would guess not a single one of you thought, oh, fuck, man, we're not coming back down to 15K. No way. Come on, man. We're almost at 70K. We're not going to retrace to 15K, are we? We aren't going to do a 50% retracement. No fucking way. Right? See... How many years of history do we have here? So Elliott was publishing this in the late 36, 37, 30, somewhere in that range, and then the Nature's Law was 38 or 39. Almost 90 years of price action to evaluate. Well, how often does that? Where does it usually go? We've got almost 90 years. Do we call that genius? Do we call it just an observation? Right? I mean, that's the genius of Elliott, right? 5s and 3s. Right? Now, this is a funky 3, no question. But oh, no way, we're going to cut that in half. No way. Careful there. Right? As soon as you say no way, you're almost guaranteeing it's going to happen. We'd never come back down to 40K. No way. Now, I'm not saying you sit on your hands until 40K, but I'm saying if it comes to 40K, don't be surprised. I mean, here it's right out of your playbook, right? Not mine, the Elliott Wave principle. Where do they usually go? You really want to put a 3 on that, don't you? Well, we might, right? How could we do that? Well, certainly it would help, right, if we could get to a new momentum peak here. Because kind of looking at that, this is what I want to do. I want to do this. I want to do that. But I can't do that yet, right? That would be just wishful thinking. That's what I want to do. I can't quite get a count here that flies for that. Let me talk to my Elliott wizards. Let's see if we can get one that plays ball there. Okay. Well, what was how far would that be? Right. Let's look at it. If this were going to play as the 2, right? Is this unreasonable? Is that unreasonable to think that we might get the 3 there? Is it unreasonable given what it historically tends to do? Like this. I don't think that's unreasonable. But the count to get there, it's a bitch. It's, how we're just looking at it. Where's your 2, right? You're going to have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. Let's get that something more palatable there. Oh, fuck. Where'd you go? Where's my... Am I losing it? Where's my little color thing? Where is it? Oh, fuck. Something happened there. Why can I not find that? Oh, that is just weird. Where is it? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll have to deal with that again. Okay, so 3. I guess I can't change that color. That is just bizarre that thing has just disappeared on me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, right? That's what I want to do. So is this the 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe, right? My guess is, right, if we're gonna have a rip roaring bull, that's how we're gonna relabel. If this is gonna keep going, and we're gonna take out that high. Now, is there any question? I mean, I gotta believe there's no question about whether or not there's stops up there. Plenty of liquidations happen on the way to get to that, right? Now, what would you anticipate there? You would anticipate we're gonna go up, sweep it, right? If we do, right, and then. Right, maybe that gives you your 3. Boom, 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 boom. Right, that's. If the crypto gods are friendly here, that's what we might get. That's what I'm hoping for. Right, we come right up here now. That's. Don't let this one mislead you. Right, so it would be this one here. Right, so this is the 50. Right, there's the algo target right here. At 144, 160, right? So this is the range. This is Tom Lee, right? Most of you guys, I'm assuming, know him. Oh, is he with Fundstrat? Or I think he's with Fundstrat. Or his premise was we've got 150 in the cards this year. Shit, we might have 150 here or post halving. So you have to look at that and go, why not that? Why not? Why not? Well, this is going to take a pretty big kick here, right, to do it, right? If we're going to get 3, 4, 5, this is, getting pretty stretched as it is, right? Can we get all that additional legs here? It would strike me we'd probably need a retrace to get there, right? So the retrace is like a refueling, right? Daily chart 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, 1, 2. Right, so who's that? That's the unbelievable. The unbelievable suggesting 1, 2, 1, 2. Hang on. Oh, that pisses me off to see the market go up. 1, 2. 1, 2. Right now we're in the, that's bull porn. Not that I'm opposed to bull porn, right? But okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Where would the 2 be? 50. I feel like this is we're going to be relabeling here, right? That this is if we sweep this high, we're going to be pushing. We're going to have to reconsider this as a 3 rather than as the 5, which is how it plays right now. I think that's where we're headed. Okay, that's what I got on Bitcoin, Dr. Alban, and I got Fazal who says, "Hey, Fazal," but he didn't post a chart or give me an asset. Okay, so I got Quim. Okay, copy link. Oh, okay. Dr. Alban, I hope I helped you there. You're gonna have to explain those trend lines to me. I'm not sure where they're coming from. Okay, so let's get off here. So, look at this. I got Quim is giving Palantir, right? Everybody's fired up about Palantir. Oh shit! Here, you gave me a 1. Okay, so 1, 2. God, hopefully this isn't me contradicting everything he just said, or that we just looked at. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so, Quim, interesting thought. Okay, so, so one thing to be mindful of, I smudge my glasses. If we're going to have an impulse or a diagonal, if we're going to have an impulse, we got to do it in a series of 5s and 3s. If we're going to have a diag, it's a series of 3s. Right? These are not my rules. These are the rules of Elliott Wave. What the fuck? I get my glasses here. Switch glasses. All right. Now there we go. Okay, so so your thinking is that we've got on the hourly 3 4s in, and that we're going to go into an ending diag, right? So this would how are we going to get there? Okay, we can't go ABC into a 1. You could do an ABC here and then go into a 5, right? With that, we can't. That's not that this couldn't be a 5, but we can't label it with our Elliott Wave hats on in that fashion. So see, he's dealing with the same issue that I was dealing with. It's like, oh shit, what do we do with that 3? Well, now how that could play. Quim, is that if we were going to get a series of 3s here, so and I'm trying to make sure that's not what you're implying here. Maybe you are. There's my little color thing. What the hell is gone on the last one? Okay, so here's the okay, that looks like that could be a 5 3. So you got the zigzag here. What do we do with that? Okay, so if we're thinking 1 2, well, the only way that could work, Quim, I mean, again, applying Elliott rules here, we're going to get this an A, B, and this, right, so you could do it as a zigzag. We're going to get a C there, right? So we'd have a 5 3 5, right? So we'd have ABC, A, B, C into the 3, right? And then you'd need A, B, C into the 4. I'm not sure that that's where you want to go just yet, right? But I can understand your thinking, but you can't go 3 3 5, right? Not in an impulse, right? You got to pick one. Now maybe this finishes in a diag, maybe. But I see the issue, right? Because I wrestled with the same thing. What do we do with this 3? How are we fitting that in? Right. My suggestion was maybe you'd have to do it over here, so we got a running flat. Elliott's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect, right? So, fuck. Does this go? Could, yeah. But again, market's no obligation for the market to do anything ever, right? It's going to do what it's going to do. We're just trying to, give ourselves some little edge. So the point of Elliott is not to force these counts. The point of Elliott is to say, okay, does this give me an edge? That's all. That's the whole point, right? It's not to, look at these magic numbers and these lines. Look how great that is. That's not the idea. Right? The idea is to be profitable. How do we be profitable, right? We got to get a slight edge, and then money management. So, okay, 4 5, right? Your idea here is a good one, but that wouldn't be the 3, right? That would be the A, B, C. We'd need an A, B, C. Here, just so he follows along here. A, B, C. That would be the 3, right? Then you'd have a candidate for this would be an expanding diag in the 5th, which is okay. Maybe Do you follow me there, Quim? I'm hoping so. Right? It's got to pick one. And maybe what you're implying here is that we're still yet to have an A, B, C to go to get into that 3. Right? So, so I've hit it. He's hit it. That's I think we're good on Palantir. Okay, now this is my Frogger gave me a long. Here, hang on a second. My Frogger's premise here. He starts out by saying. I'd like to request you look at Bitcoin, but primarily analyze my thought process. My question is there any benefit to trying to pick tops or pick a falling knife? Well, that's, you don't even have to ask me that. You know the answer to that. There is never worth it, right? There's no reason to, and this is me speaking from many years of experience trying to be the guy who could pick the turns, right? I don't do it anymore because it's a waste, right? There's no reason to do it. If we're applying Elliott Wave, right, where do we want to be, right? We want to be in the 3, right? And where do we want to catch that 3? Oh, here, let's do it this way. Or do it this way. We want to catch this piece of the 3, right? Now, that's not catching the turn, and that's not selling or buying the low and selling the high. That's not where we need to focus, right? We want to try and get the bulk of it, right? Even if you got just the middle 2/3 of it, that's what you're trying to do. So to try the problem, and this is very natural, right? When you're learning TA and you get like, oh fuck, look at that measured move algo, look how precise that is. That's very true. But the way to trade it is you because you got to remember there's an algo on the other side, right? So you never know, right, what's going to happen here. We could easily go, oh shit, I've got it, and then look who steps in, right? Al on the other side. Hang on. So we want to try and trade not by picking the turn here because you go up here and then you're hurt here. Now it has to set up for you the right way. So it would let's get this out of here. You have to get the right setup. So come here. So up, down. Right? If it's going to do this, maybe if we're going to sweep the lows here, right? So you can look at that and say, oh, well, right? So here's a break here. If I'm going to go up here, well, now I got to sweep this one, right? So where's the trade that I want is this one right here, right? That's the one I want because I've swept and I've swept. So right here, I'm in an uptrend, right? So I get a little sweep here. Now here's the confirm, right? That oh, okay, I guess the trend is underway because I've had a little ABC down here. Well, and what does retail think? Oh, we're doing this. That's usually not what's happening here. It's oh, okay, the correction is over. Now am I going back in the direction of the primary trend? Right, geez, I just did a video on this last weekend for the TDI guys. Okay, for the indicator guys. Right, so okay, we're coming back here. Oh, if I break this, oh great. Well, what's the implication here? I want to try and find some sort of imbalance down here or the next golden zone. Because here's the sweep, right? So okay, retail gets bent over here. Then they go, oh shit, I guess I should buy it. So they buy it here, right? So they get blown out on both sides, right? Algorithms are just baiting retail, always. Retail always gets bent over, always. They don't know, right? So, okay, so I got an ABC, and then what am I trying to get into? The 3. So if we label that 1, 2, right? 1, 2, right? 3, 4, 5. But that's not trying to do this, not trying to be that guy, because this happens all too frequently. Right, I want to do that, right? Because I get an edge here. I've got a little bit of an edge. Oh, we're back in sync with the primary trend, which is higher. I'm back in sync with that. Okay, so sweep. Oh, here we go. Now, if I put my Elliott hat on, right? So it's A, B, 1, 2. And what's next, right? What am I thinking now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So now that's what I'd be thinking there, right? That's what you're looking for, right? Something where I can say, okay, I understand what happened here. I understand what happened here. I understand there's the break of structure or change of character. In this case, it would be change of character. Change of character, right? Because where's the dominants are here, right? So I'm in this range. Don't need to be this guy. Don't need to be this guy. I want to be this guy right here. Right, so I've let that happen. So if we look over here, okay, so this is really tricky because you would have been anticipating See, I mean, just we can all look at, as traders, we can look at that and go, oh, well, you'd have been anticipating we break that and we sweep this one, right? Wouldn't you, right? You'd be thinking, oh, well, that's fuck. Of course, we're going to come down here. Market doesn't do it. Let's see if I can give you, I don't quite get this here. Well, this is a 4 hour. Let's go to a 1 hour. Okay, there. Fuck. I did not plan this, I promise you. Oh, Jesus, this is just amazing. Okay, here we go. Okay, so look at this, guys. Okay, so here's one. Here's two, right? I just drew that up over here. Oh, fuck, I can't even find it. Now, I just drew it up for you. So here's a fucking, like I promise you this is not rehearsed, right? Look at this. You get a little wiki down here. But that's essentially, just so I don't distract you here. There's the pattern, right? So I've got, you see this almost every pivot. Almost every pivot. Okay, right? So here's the, oh, is that my one? Oh, A, B, C. Here's my two. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to sweep the lows of the A, right? Okay, to get retail thinking, oh, we're falling through the floor, right? So, well, of course, right, the retail is always wrong. So we want to use them as fuel. So, oh, here's the shorts. So let's grab that. Now, here's the longs. Oh, here. Oh, I see what's happening. Oh, we're going to go higher. Oh, let's just, oh, here. No, it doesn't matter, right? It's just liquidity, right? So, oh, I see it. We're going to go higher. Right. Oh. Now let me finish it. It's. Do I have it? Oh shit! You're gonna put on candles. I can't see. I don't have a. Oh shit! I probably might have a lower time frame. Yeah, come here. See if I've got an imbalance in there. May not. Oh, let's put you on here. Hang on a second. And B. I like this one because I can get both inverse as well as regular. Oh, come here. Let's just go with regulars. Didn't get one. Well, but I think you guys get the idea. So where would... You probably put your order block right here. That would be your buy zone order block here, right? So we're sweeping the low. We don't get a great, at this degree, we don't get a great kick out of that, but then we do, sure, look what we get. So there it is right there, right? Every pivot, that's what you're looking for. Sweep the, well, it works out beautifully with Elliott Wave. Sweep the A, sweep the B. So what are we thinking here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully that makes some sense. 3, 4. All right, what are we doing up here? There it is again. All right, just okay. It's just every pivot, everywhere you can, look for this. Okay, so there's the first sweep. All right, we're sweeping this one. Here's the next one. Right, now we're coming back down. Where's the fair value gap? Oh, shit. Here, come here. Right, so it's all right here. Right, so this is all getting rebalanced right here. Right, so sweep the low, sweep the high, retrace, come back for an imbalance. So if we're looking for that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. That looks like that'd be 1 of 3, 4, 5, right? This would be 1 of 3, right? As we sit there looking at it. Do you see that? The idea here is that, see, this is what they want you to do. So the algorithm is written to try and bait you into the short here, bait you into the long here, and then we come back here. It creates the imbalance here. What is the algorithm trying to do, right? This is ICT's, he's a fucking snake, but what he teaches is very valid. Just he takes, I digress, right? He's his own thing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So it's sweep here, sweep here. So the algorithm is looking for liquidity, internal or external. Well, once it's swept here, it's got to come back down to it. So think of it as like it needs more fuel to go higher, right? I got to refuel here. Then we start. See if I can find it on the short side up here. Well, clearly you can see all of this, right? Go, oh, buy it. Breakout traders. Come on, guys. Come on. You want that. I know you want that. That's literally they're waving a flag up here saying, come on. My Frogger, I kind of went off track there a little bit, but the point being, no, there's never, ever any reason to try and pick the high and pick the low. It's just a waste of energy. You don't need to do it. And that's not me saying that. That's shit. Paul Tudor Jones. Fuck. I mean, it's a famous quote from him saying it's 2/3 of the move, right? It's not trying to buy the low, sell the high. It's the meat of the move. So at no point do you ever need to do that. Now let's see what you're giving me a count here. So I don't want to. I think shit. You gave me such a long wind up here. Let me get the shit. Whatever you gave me. You didn't give me a good link. So, but I think you're talking about Bitcoin. Since we just looked at Bitcoin, I think you were talking about at 60. Looks like it dropped. Well, now we're up to 63, right? So I think we're clear there. Where are we now? 61. What were you talking about? Right? Must have been right here. All right, let me keep moving. Golden ratio, a new white belt in our organization. Just passed the first one. Good for you. Let's come over here. Not muted. Jeez, I have to check my mic all the time now. Okay, this is golden ratio, our newest one of our 2 new white belts. So how are we looking here, golden ratio? Looks like he's been studying a little bit. I like to see that. All right, okay, I'm warning you. White belt is the easy one. Blue and purple. Going to challenge you a little bit more. Okay, so what are we doing? Near to the dollar. Okay, so first question, excuse me, in an asset with this kind of range, sure looks like we want to be in log scale, right? Doesn't it? All right, so it's just kind of a guidepost. It would be 3 times the range, but 4 times definitely, right? If you're 4 times the range, you got to look at it in log. Okay, does this make any more sense to us? 3. Okay, so we got a starting point, which I tend to do this. Right? I like to have the low mark that I'm working from. Okay, well, this looks pretty good, right? So we know we're going to have sell side algo to deal with, right? Well, it's not a question mark. We know it's going to be there, right? So it doesn't mean we can't get through it, but we can't be blind to it. It actually looks like you got a little one. That's the absolute here. So, 50 reaction. What? That's shocking. No, it's expected. Well, it looks like a good one. Oh shit! Here, let's do it. Here, I'm gonna do this. Just bear with me. Okay, right. So 1, 2. Right, it's a little skinny for a 2, but that's a log scale 2. Let's see how we are in. Okay, so in arithmetic, in the pocket, right where you'd look for it. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, good. I like it. Now we can go. Let's go down to a 4 here, since we're not dealing with daily gaps. Okay, so premise now is that this is our low we're working from. Right, so that's our good low for the 2, so we can take this off since the premise is we now have a good low. All right, so all right, that should hold. So thus the set of median lines that he's drawn, right? Good, right. So I love it when they're brand new, right? So they follow along the programmer. So okay, 1, 2, good work there. So we know that's I just drew this up. All right in the pocket. Looks like the following 2 also in the pocket. All right, golden zone, first target, got all the way to third target. Okay, all right. So we know what. So what's the point of doing that? Okay, is it trading technically? Right? Where's Al? Right? Is he in here? What's he doing? All right, have to. Did I say have to? Have to know where they are. Right? You have to know where he is, or you'll buy and sell right into it. Right? Trust me, I've done it. And it's the kick yourself after the fact. Oh, fuck, I bought right into it. I didn't sell. I forgot to check from the other side, right? It's easy to do. So what we have here is a corner pocket. We're not golden because we're kind of in the middle. I'm going to just change that just so we can see it a little bit better. Okay, so we got a 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, it's not going to be 3. 1, 2, right? So this is nice. Oh, somebody's been studying. Good work, golden ratio. Okay, so 1, A, B, C into the 2. Let's brighten that up a little bit. Okay, into the 2. 1. Okay, right. So he knew that so why is he forced into this? Because how are we making that fly? Right, I got an impulse there. So I got to do an A, B, C, right? Right? He knew to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gives me a C. What's your color palette? Is a little weird. Okay, so 1, 2, and then what do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got a perfect impulse. Okay, now this will be interesting, right? So this is the kind of thing you got to. That's why you do this. Oh, well, I can't have it overlap my 1. Ooh. Well, again, just using the tools. Right? Where might we expect that? That's deep, right? That's deep for a 4. We don't really want that 4 that deep. Not wanting it doesn't mean we can't label it as a 4, but that's deeper than you want the 4s really to hold at the 50s. Because now you got to look at that and go, is that another 1, 2? Right, because that's where you're going to look for the 2s. Actually, well, again, let's measure. Right? Don't guess. Measure. Didn't quite make it, but clearly we got an impulse. That's pretty deep. That's pretty deep 4, but it holds the 1. Let's go to a 1 here. See how we look. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that 1 is right on. Boy, it's good. Even the subdivision here is really good, and that's on a 60. That's a little bit of a something. All right, somebody got liquidated here. Okay, well let's try the same approach here. Okay, how do we get an edge? Well, what do we have here? It looks like there's an order block here or demand zone here. We say it that way. All right, now why do I call that? Why am I looking there? Well, one note here, we sweep the lows here, right? And then we get imbalances. So do I have it on here? Oh, I like this one. INV inverse because I can get both of them. All right, so let's put, I don't want both of them. Let's just get the regs. Okay, all right, so here's the demand zone here. Here's the fair value gap. Right, so coming out of this here, I get the displacement that I'm looking for. 1, 2, 3. A little funky there. Might have to go to a 15 there. How am I going to get that? So you're going to have to do through. That's not great. No, it's not always going to be great. 1, 2, 3, 4. What am I missing here? That's getting kind of skinny. I hate to truncate that. That's kind of a bitch. Okay, hang on a second here. What are we going to do with that? That's making me think now. I'm starting to rethink this as a 1, 2. God, that's a force fit, right? So there's a force fit, right? To call that a 5. 1, 2. I'm on a 15, so fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one might need some more work. Here's the reality. It's not a 5. Could you squeeze it in there and do some sort of Elliott shuffle in here? Yeah, you're probably going to be stuck with that. Fuck, man, we're down to a 5 minute. Do you really have it? Maybe it's A, B, C into the maybe. God, that's just ugly. All right, let's go with it. Sometimes you're just forced to what's there. Boy, look at the 2 relative to the 4. It's not great. But that has me rethinking that, right? So it makes me think, oh, that's not a 4, right? That's not. This is not. Let's come back here. Okay, so how would the channeling be impacted here? It's doable. I'm gonna hide you. We got another one. Did I maybe I did that. Shit, again, I can't see it. All right, there we go. Okay, so from this corner, right, all the 80s have been burned, so we can actually take that off, right? There's no 80 that's yet to be realized. So, but you've got an algo play here. God, I just don't love this. Looks like ABC. Yeah, that would have me pausing here. This 2 is good. This 1-2 is good. Is there another way to do this? I don't think so, right? So we're stuck with this. There's a 1-2. So what? God, that's a push there. But even if we go with the 3, all right. So gun to my head. Okay, I'd probably be looking for it. What's there to sweep, right? So this has already been swept, right? So we look here and go, okay, well they got that, right? So okay, done. Well, where would the next place we'd have to go to get the kind of pattern I was just looking for, right? So if we swept here, if we're going to come down to this, I got to come up here and sweep this. So this has to do this, and then come all the way back down, which again would make you think, oh, is this 1-2, 1-2? I'm not sure, right? So that would have me hesitant. Right now you're feeling, well, you got the fair value gap up here. So I'd be looking for this. My mic's on, yeah. Up here, imbalance. Maybe you're coming back down. Then I would look to go. So maybe you can get that next gold in there. Something like that. These would then be, if we came back to it, these would become inverse fair value gaps here. So 1, 2, 3. Oh fuck, I don't know that it matters. A, B, waterfall C. So you got to get a 1, 2, right? So I can't say I love that, right? This is so big, right? To come back and sweep this, you'd have to sweep this, then come back down here to that, right? These would then be inverse fair value gaps. So you got to do this. That's the roadmap I'd be waiting for. That's me, right? I'm not saying don't buy it, or I'm not saying anything other than what's here. Technically, it's a little fucked, right? You don't have a great finish here. You got a waterfall here, so you got to deal with that as ending something. And if it's starting something, well, at least I want to see it sweep the last high, right? So you're looking at that going, well, what caused all these breaks here? Well, that's the highest high that caused all that break. So we got to come back here and we got to break this, hit that fair value gap, then come back down. So then you'd be thinking 1, 2, 1, 2. I think that's a hold, right? And unless you're in it, right, you're probably fine, right? Stops down here somewhere. It's not a great new setup as a 4, right? And the first thing that would have you hesitant is the depth of the 4, right, relative to the 1, 2. It's now right here. If we had been right here, perfect. Perfect. 3, 4. Even though the finish of the 3 is a little skinny, okay, but at least I can get my head around that and go, there we are. Jesus Christ, right? That. Right, and then the channeling would be much better. Come back to the midline of the channel, go up to here, maybe doing like that, get up to the mid. But this, ouch, right? People got bent over there, right? It's liquidations. I think that's a hurry up and wait, and let some of this price action here give you a better sense of clarity as to where it's going. Right? Again, that's just my opinion, right? I'm not saying it's not this. Just approach with caution. I'd keep my size limited here as a result of that. Okay, let me keep moving here so I don't bog down. Oh shit, 120 already. Colmet, Microsoft. Okay. Let's see if I can do it this way. Will that come over here? Yeah, I think it will. So he's giving me his count here on Microsoft. Oh, this is some nice work. Cool, man. As I recall, right? He does. Oh, I remember that. Right. So he does beautiful work. I can never get his chart. I don't know why. Oh shit. Okay, so he's going 1, 2. Where are we? 3, 4. We're looking for another run up here to complete the big 3. What do you? This is a 2 hour on Microsoft. Okay, so let me come back here and go. Microsoft. No, fuck. That's not what I want. Wait a second. I thought I was on TradingView. How did I get there? MSFT. How did I get off of that? Okay, so you gave me a 2 hour. Okay, so if I'm looking at Microsoft here. Okay, well, so right off the bat, right? What's the first thing just staring you in the face, right? Where's the 4? Not too hard to spot it. All right, okay, so I got a good candidate here for the 4. That looks like some funk. Okay, all right, so then 5s and 3s, right? That's the genius of Elliott. Or do I have any 3s? Yeah, looks like I might have one there. Oh, do I have a 5? Oh, looks like I might have 3, 4, 5. So he's going with 5. He's looking at the 5 of 3. Let's go out to a little bit longer time frame here. That's COVID. Now, what are the odds of that? I mean, who would have suspected that? Actually, it looks like you got multiples there as well. Oh, that looks like a 50. It is. Oh, Jesus, look at that. I'm sure that's just a coincidence that we would have the target in the gold. Okay. I guess I make that point so often, and I feel almost silly doing it. Still doing it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Why would you be thinking something other than that? Looks like it's here, right? It looks like it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Why would you think something else? That's me kind of saying to myself, why not that? Why not? 1, 2. Well, given the depth here, right, the odds would be, even though it's a perfect algo play with extreme circumstances, right, the premise would be, oh, well, given the location, 1, 2. Well, so what is it, right? If I draw it here, anytime I get a golden zone, what's the next thing I'm going to do? There's your 80% right there. How many times have I oh, fuck. What is that? Creative Cloud, sorry. There it is. Now, you can look and say, oh, but look, yeah. Oh, but the 80% is burned here, right? I don't get another 80%. Now, you could maybe draw another one, but that burns the 80% right there. Please tell me there's nobody watching now that doesn't use 2 things on every chart. First, measured move. Second, median lines. If you're not using those, I don't know why you're watching. I mean, I'm handing you tools that should do nothing but make you money. If you're not using them, you just, I don't know what to say. Okay, let's go. He gave me a 2 hour here. So the question is, are we done, right? Okay, how's the momentum? We're lagging there. Let's go to our EWO and see if we can get any help from that. All right, looks pretty. Let's take you up a bit. Pretty good divergence there. I mean, it's pretty hard to miss the 5 that's going in there as we hit an algo target from a golden zone at the median line. There's the entire, well, plus I'm going to add in a little SMC here. There's the entire TDU methodology right there, banging a target. Here's the setup. Here's the Elliott. Here's the measured move. Here's the median lines. Here's the fair value gaps. I mean, hello. I mean, we put this together. It's not hard to see why. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That's clearly the 4 at this degree, right? We don't have to question where the 4 is. Okay, well there it is, right? We don't have to wonder about it. So what are we doing here? It looks like there's another 4 going in here, right? Doesn't it? Right? It looks like maybe another 4 before we push up a little bit higher. Oh, well, that's what I want to see here, right? So this would be, if that's the oh fuck, can we get that done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's dig in there. Could we be done? What did he give me? He gave me, where are we here? We've done the 3, 4, and we've got another leg up. Okay, so he's going, wait a second. He's going, you're giving me a 2 hour here. So the ABC is ABC is here. ABC, that seems legit. But at what degree? That looks like a 3. So, are we finishing up here? It looks, fuck. That looks like another 4, doesn't it? Right. So A, B, C, or W, X, Y. W, X, A, B, C. What do we hit at the top? Okay. Well, so if you're still a bull here, which I would understand why. Do I need to even say anything? Is that, I mean, how many do I have to show, right? How many times do we have to see it before you go, oh, I think I'm going to start paying attention to that? Doesn't matter what chart it is. Doesn't matter what time frame it is. Doesn't matter. 1 minute, 1 month, same thing, right? Same algo is going to be there. Always, right? Always, 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 always. So if you forget, that's on you because it's going to, on both sides. Now we've broken from this side, right? You got clear skies right here. That's a close well above, right? It went into the fair value gap. So his premise is, oh, well, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, right? Where are we looking for the 2? Right there. Does that mean we're going 3, 4, 5? Well, we don't know. But would you be looking to sell it into a golden zone? I'm going to assume not, right? Why would you do that? You wouldn't. But you this is a little funky here. If I had to, I'd think this was WXY, right, into some sort of 4. A, B, C, A, B, C, A, triangle, B, C. That's what I see there, right? And you got a nice double down here at this fair value gap at the median line. I guess we can take that off. So what do I have here now? Right? Remember, I just said this. Anytime I get a golden, I've got a potential golden corner pocket. So why would you not put that on there? Why would you not do that? Considering how many times I've shown it to you. It's not, this is not me. This is just me applying something that was taught to me, right? Oh, this is Alan Andrews' work, not me. This is David Halsey's work, not me. I'm just teaching things that were taught to me. This is Ralph Nelson Elliott, not me. I'm just driving. I didn't build the car. I'm the driver, not the mechanic. These are the mechanics. Boom, fair value gap, retrace, golden zone. Is it technical? Does it surprise you that Microsoft is that technical? Probably not, right? So, okay, if this is another 4 up here of consolidation, and I don't, something very strange is going to have to go on in the world for Microsoft to roll over hard. I mean, maybe November something crazy is going to happen, but until then, right? You go with the trend, right? Well, why would you not be bullish here? Look, what kind of risk reward would you have to think that maybe I get a 3? I mean, you could use 707, something like that. Well, there's 6.5 to 1, and that's just assuming we're going to get to the 1618. That would be the 1618, which we know because it popped in the golden zone. How about the channeling? Would that be good channeling? Well, I don't have it yet, but I have a great start. I have see, that's all we're ever looking for. Just the slightest little edge. Oh, I know an algo's there. I know I got 80% odds. Okay, stop right there. I know an algo has just fired based on this location. I know I've got 80% odds that I get there. Why would you not take that trade? in your head, you should be thinking, well, I would take that trade. Why would you not take it? Oh, there's something else I saw I like better. Oh, I don't trade traditionals. I only trade crypto. Oh, I only trade FX. Oh, I only trade futures. Okay, those are lots of good reasons. But technically, it wouldn't matter what this was, right? If you had this set up, why would you not take that? Oh, I only trade 10 to 1. There's 9. Oh, sorry. I don't take those unless I get 10 to 1. I'm being silly, right? Of course you would take that. Nice work, Colmet. We got to figure out how to make sure that you know how to get the charts posted so I can work them, because it looks like you're doing great work. God, this is just beautiful. Beautiful work. Oh, I like the little leading diag here. All of this is just beautiful. Although that's a little bit of a push there. I don't know how you're getting that done. Right? It sure looks like a 3. It wouldn't change your count though, because you end up at the same place here with the 1, 2, right? As he's noting here, right? So look, he's got the golden zone ready to go. Only thing he didn't add was the median lines or the channel or the larger channel. But this work here is very good. Excellent. We got to get it so you can post a chart here so I can work with it. Okay, so I got Mochaka. Well, the market can't make up its mind today. Okay, Mochaka. What does he want? Mochaka wants Zoom. Okay, let's look at Zoom. Oh, shit, I'm in the wrong spot. No wonder. Zoom. I have the microphone. Yes, good. I keep checking, going, God, did my mic go out again? Oh, fuck. What are we doing there? I did something wrong there. Zoom, sorry. There we go. Okay, when in doubt, right? The first time you're looking at an asset, whether you looked at it 100 times or not, right? Particularly with an equity, right? We're always going to look at the daily, right? Why do I say that? What are hedge funds? What are the BIFs looking at? They're not looking at the 1 minute. They're looking at the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. Okay. Well, is this my low? Boy, to talk about a collapse. All right, so here, whoa. So there is, now just looking at that, right? So right off the bat, you can just look at this and go, oh God, what happened? Talk about round trip. What happened last time I was here? No, right? So this is COVID, right? So this is abnormal, right? But talk about building a base, right? That's very Wyckoffean, right? Base building, right? Cause, effect, cause, right? That's a lot of. So let's bring it over here and say, oh, that doesn't count, right? That was COVID. Well, you got a perfect Wyckoff schematic here, right? Here's the spring, right? We're coming back here for a second test, last test. So we're going to go. Okay, well, is there an Elliott count here? Well, you'd have to be starting from here, right? There's no compromising, no Elliott shuffle, nothing you can do around a 1-2, right? The 2 can never go, but it looks like you might have a 1 there. Okay, well, yeah, it looks like I got it. It looks like a triangle. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's see. If you wanted to fuck with retail, right? Now, let's assume you're a BIF, right? Doesn't that look pretty juicy right there? Like, oh, let's get them to take that. In the same way, right? If we could fuck with retail, let's get them to sell it here. Because they will. They're like sheep. They'll do it. It's like, you put a little, I don't even know, what does sheep eat? Grass, right? They will do it every time. Okay, so here's retail getting, I'll let you fill in the blanks. Well, would you want to be a trade there? Well, okay, let's just, here, I guess I got to do, we're in fucking, I can't do it with that. Here, we can just do it this way. All right, so if we just use premium discount, do I want to buy in the premium? Just logically, right? Okay. Oh, well, where's the range? Here's low, here's a high. Okay, do I want to buy something down here? Yes, right? I'd be buying in the discount. Do I want to buy in the premium? Well, why do I want to pay in the premium? Why do I want to buy here? I'll tell you why you would be thinking I want to buy here. Oh, it's going to go. I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss out. I have a fear of missing out. So what would you do? Well, one possibility is we get into the premium here and we get a little, oh, we're going to need an impulse here. If we're going to get a 3, it's going to have a 1-2 in it. Now, maybe we pop up here, right? So where's retail going to get fucked with, right? Right? Because what are they doing? They're buying at full retail price, right? Now, I'm not saying it's not going to do that, right? It's never what I'm saying. I'm just saying where would be the worst place to buy that? Because, well, okay, think of it this way, right? I'm not saying it might go to fucking lunar, right? I'm not saying that, but just in terms of where's the risk. Just again, I don't care what the business is. Do you want to sell down here and buy up here? No. So you look and say, well, what if that thing goes, man? Whoa, look how, yeah, you're going to have to let it go. Because what would this be? Well, here, let's use this one. Break of structure. What would we be anticipating after the break of structure? Now, this thing might go, right? You might go, but after the break of structure, we're anticipating a retrace. Now, it may not retrace this far, but we're anticipating some sort of retrace. Now, maybe you get a full impulse here, and you get a 3, 4, 5, right? And you got that. What? Okay. Now I'm looking for a 50. See, it organizes. It gives you a way to organize what's coming, because nobody fucking knows what's coming out of there. I have no fucking idea. For all I know, we're going to 0. But I don't want to be. Here's what I absolutely do not want to do: buy the breakout. Now, that's just a hard rule for me. You may not have that rule, right? And you may say, oh, come on, baby, go, go, go. If I thought that was going to be the better way to do it, I'd be telling you as soon as that breaks, right, put your stop here and get stopped in. If I thought that was going to help you, I would tell you that every webinar, every video I ever did, right? It's only because I've done it so many times and lost so much money doing it that I can sit here with absolute conviction and tell you, don't do it. But that's different than saying it's not going to do that. That's never what I'm saying. I would never do it. But if you feel like, oh, fuck, I know this thing's going to go for it. Where's your stop going to be? Well, I just use a percentage of my account. Okay, so you're trading your wallet. You're not trading the market. If you're trading the market, your stop's got to be down here. It's up to you, right? The other thing is, when this is kind of part of what earlier discussion. Here's in your mind, you're thinking, oh, this thing's going to go. I'm going to get that 5. Well, what are we anticipating after the 5? Let's say we got that. What are you anticipating next? Right. If it comes golden zone, here's the breakout. What if we get a 2 to a golden zone? What did you miss? 4 cents? No, I wanted to get off all of it. Right? I mean, do I know that it's going to do that? Of course not. Of course not. But that the point is to trade with an edge, right? And if you say, oh, that fucking Elliott Wave is bullshit. Okay, fine, right? We're the wrong place. We're the wrong house for you, right? If I didn't think this would help you, I wouldn't be teaching it. I know everybody's a fucking SMC and fucking licking ICT's balls it's obscene. It's so pervasive now, right? So I have to teach it, right? Because everybody wants to be taught it, right? But you keep in mind, right? It fits beautifully with Elliott Wave. If you want to really understand ICT and what a unique human he is, go to what is he? I'm in Trading. Go to I'm in Trading on YouTube. A couple of beautiful videos there. I know if you're an ICT fan, right? I'm not saying what he teaches is bullshit. I'm saying he is bullshit. Okay, let me keep moving. There's Elton John, or Elon Jr. as I call him. By what do we got? Beyond Meat. That's what that is. I think that's what that is. BYON. Is that? No. Yes. Beyond Meat, isn't that? Geez, so okay. Well, here's the good. Now, ICT did not develop. Is not the pioneer of fair value gaps, right? That we're going back to Jake Bernstein and Larry Williams in the '70s, which is where ICT stole all of his content. But there they are, right? You can't say that. What he did was he renamed it. Oh, fair value gap imbalance, or what does he call it? A SIBI or a busy, sell side imbalance, buy side sell side inequity. It's just he's just renaming shit, right? It's okay, but that's beside the point. Is it effective, right? Is there an imbalance here the market responds to? Is there an imbalance here the market responds to? That's different, right? There's the method, then there's the man, right? Two different things. The method, rock solid. The man, draw your own conclusions. Okay, right? So I got a clear impulse here on the daily, right? After they've been just last earnings, they just got. What we get here? Well, it's a pretty good reaction off of that, right? We got an impulse, didn't we? Right? Is there any dispute that we have an impulse? Is there any dispute that the market moves in 5s and 3s? Is there any dispute about that? I don't think so. Right? So, but if we take again, I just did an entire course on this. If I'm looking here, what do I have? Right? I just have the skeleton. If I add in fair value gaps and demand zones here, that now I'm start adding some tissue and some blood and some muscle and some tendons, right? I'm adding to the skeletal structure, right? The Elliott is the skeleton, right? That's the market structure, right? I start adding some of these other components. Right now, I'm fleshing it out. So if we look here, oh, look at that! It came right back to the imbalance. Well, maybe there's something to that. That would be from here to here. Do I need to say anything? I'm going to assume not. Needs no comment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what are we anticipating now? Now, I don't know that that's topped, right? Because we haven't had any, it hasn't retraced, right? There's no pullback yet. The top could be going, right? We'd have, where are we going to confirm the high? Right here. Right, we got to come down and sweep that, right? Because that's what, right? We got to get a deeper retracement. Okay, so if it comes down, what are we looking for? We're looking for 3s, right? Again, I don't know that it's going to do a 3, but if it does a 3, now I want to buy it, right? Because now I feel like I have an edge, right? I may get my ass handed to me. I may get stopped out. Well, I would never risk that much, but right here, I've got a very low risk trade, right? Here's the name of the game. Right here, right? We can do all of this. We can go back and forth, ICT, Elliott Wave, right? We can go back and forth. That's all the easy shit. That's the fun. This is what makes or breaks the trader. What's your money management? How much risk are you taking? Do you know how to allocate? Do you know how to add to a winner? Right? That's what makes or breaks it, right? This shit, but this is the puzzle. That's the fun part. This is where rubber meets the road, right? You're either a trader or you're not. You're either successful or you're not. Not because you're a great analyst. Lots of great analysts. Trading, different skill set. Beyond, what did you get, Elon? Could you take a look at Warner Brothers Discovery and Beyond Meat? Okay, so there's Beyond Meat. I would just, you're late to that party, right? But you confirmed the 5 off the low. So are you late, or you just now put it at the top of your watch list? If I get a 3, send an alert down here. Alert me at the 50, alert me at the golden zone. If I get that, oh yeah. What would I have there? Right? What you should already be like, oh, if I got that, what would I have? What I would have is 80%. Just think about that for a second. I'd have 80% odds. Where else do you get 80% odds with an algo at your back? Where else? Go ahead, I'll wait. Be a long wait. Nowhere. Nowhere do you get that other than right there. So why would you not take that with 80% odds? You would, wouldn't you? Okay, Elon. What was the other one? WDB, Warner Brothers Discovery. WDB. BD, excuse me. BD. WBD, Warner Brothers. I don't think I've ever looked at these guys. Okay, well, oh God, I wonder if the market reacts at the imbalances. I wonder if it does. Wonder if those might fit in. Oh, looks like we're gonna have to go back one. I might have gotten it here. Right, they're going to use one of them. I don't know, probably just a coincidence. Okay, let's go back here. Oh, shit. Warner Brothers. Oh, man, we're going to have to go weekly. Well, that's interesting. Is that COVID related? Right, everybody staying home watching TV? Well, COVID is here. Oh, that's interesting. It's kind of a wacky count. Makes me want to check that. Oh, come on. Okay. I mean, what is there something I can add to that? I've never looked at this stock before, ever. What? Well, there you go. Okay. So, fuck, what is that? That's a wacky Elliott count, isn't it? Right? We'd have to go 1, 2. What would you do here? It looks to me like you got a 5 here on the weekly. Oh, fuck, come here. Here, the 4, right, is the easiest thing to spot. Not always, usually. Okay, what do I got there? Well, it's not 1, 2. What am I doing with that? A, B, C. Interesting. Even worse out of that. We lose the precision, right? So we know the algo fires it in log scale. Okay, where's the potential support, right? The demand. Swing, right? We got weekly imbalances. Yep. So, is there a trade there? Oh, okay. Let's go back. Just review for a second what we looked at before. Right? If we're trying to pick a turn here, what is it we want to see? Right? We want to see it sweep that low. Let's just put this in the liquidity, right? Okay, so there. First part of it is done. Maybe I've got a diag that's finishing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not gorgeous, but maybe. Let's see. I'm on a weekly here. We go down to a daily here. Can't be a 2, right? So it can't be 1, 2, right? So right now, as we sit here looking at this, we've swept the low. What do we need now? We need to come back up here, right? So this, if we do this in something like this, right, we'd be sweeping this high, right? So here, well, I'm getting a little into territory where I haven't taught them as longest course production in history, right? So I'm getting outside of things that we've taught here, so I don't want to get too far into the SMC stuff here. But there's a lot going on here. But let's keep it simple. Okay, so we have this. Let's go down. Let's go down to a 4. See if I can get a better. You really need. All right, so we're finishing here, so we're gonna start again. So this would be a change of character, right? So at the very least, we'd need this here. We'll just do that, right? So we would need something to come up here and show us that, okay, maybe because this is the dominant pivot, right? That really you have to pay attention to this one, right? Because that is the pivot that led to this break, right? So this is the highest high that gave me this break of structure down here. So it's broken. Now we're coming back. Okay, at least I get a change of character here. To say, okay, well, maybe the downtrend is over. Okay, well, this is the big one up here. But that would be enough to start looking, saying, okay, well, maybe I can come down here and look in this, because that would be unmitigated. So we go look here and say, okay, well, if this is down here, maybe there's an imbalance, right? It's not been tapped, right? So often what the algos will do, right, and this is some ICT credit here, is this will be, they'll accumulate shorts here, take it up. Now they're in drawdown here, so when it comes back down, they need to mitigate those shorts so they can, right? That's the theory, right? And you do see that quite a lot, right? So that would be the theory here. And maybe you've got, from here you'd have, maybe you got a little imbalance in that, right? In addition to the unmitigated zone here, the 2 wave 3, 4, 5 ABC coming down. So okay, we could go a little bit further. But this would be the sweep that I'd be looking for, and even that is a little bit iffy, right? Because really, this would be the break of structure, right? That would confirm the trend change, right? We'd have to go up here, because that one gave me this break here. So, but these would be internal. So this would be, you can look at this and go, oh, well, this shit, that would be internal, right? That's how often there's a variety of different software programs that will identify these differently. But we could look at this and go, well, fuck, I got a 5. I got a motive wave. I've got an impulse. What am I expecting after the impulse? Right? No, so now you tee it up, right? Same thing every time, right? Always the same thing every time. That's the key to it, right? If you start fucking around going, oh, I read about some silver bullet, some bullshit. It's consistency, right? Because the consistency, it doesn't mean you won't get stopped out, but it means you're not going to put your stop down here. You're going to trade where you identify an edge. That doesn't mean you won't get stopped out, but at least you're not trading going, oh, fuck, come on. Right? It's not a nervousness. It's not a nervous energy. It's like, oh, I set that up. Oh, there's the 5, there's the 3. Okay, I'll good. My risk is in control. Okay, let it run. And there's not this, come on. That's no fun. Right? It's no fun to trade that way. Okay, let me keep going here. Little Lebowski. I'm almost done here, guys. Little Lebowski. Shit, I know I'm running long here. Fuck. Okay, all right, I try and get everybody covered. And then there was a request to nowhere. Google it. Okay, hang on. Try and get them done here. Was this Shopify? Okay, right. God, we give them plenty of money. Those Shopify fees add up. Right. Okay. All right. So let me get this one. Get my color palette here. Okay. So I do this just for chart space. Let's set that. What do we got here? Shopify. Okay. Well, right off the bat, we got to pull this down. I could have done that. Okay. Wow. Talk about a kick in the. God, what a monster. Is that COVID? Here's COVID. There's COVID right there. I didn't sweep the low. Interesting there. Right? So I didn't get it, right? So these lows stay protected. So, there's a good example, right? Here's a little, well, okay, just what we were looking at, right? Again, I know this is not stuff we've spent a lot of time on, members. But here's the unmitigated zone, right? We go up, we come back. Now we fully mitigate this unmitigated zone, and off we go, right? So if they wanted to bait shorts here, up they go. We'll come back down, right? And then that's how the theory of it goes. Okay, so we've got a 1. What are we doing there? Why are we pulling here? I'm not sure what you're thinking there is. So I'm going to pull that off, right? Not because it's not valid. I just don't know what your thinking is here. So, God, that looks like, well, that's kind of a pain in the ass. Okay, so we're going to have to fit some sort of a 3 in there. Well, it looks like we can do it. 1, 2, 3. That's clearly the 4, 5. So it looks like we're going to have to do this. Oof, what a cluster fuck that is. Okay, let's. Well, this has to be the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like you've got it. All right. Well, we don't have to wonder if we're done here because we've got an impulse coming off of it. So, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, right, just habitually, right? Okay. First thing, let's make sure, right, we're clean here. Oh, let's do. All right. So we don't, right? Again, how many times have I shown that today? Right, it comes right up to the edge and then doesn't do it, right? I promise you that's not random. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 4. Okay, so how's my channeling, right? So with Elliott, right, we're always, okay, next thing we're doing, okay, let's check the channeling. That's a little wonky here, right? Because this is what you wanted. Right? Do you see it, right? You wanted the 4 here, right? And the 5 here. That's perfect. But market doesn't give you perfect often, right? So what would be the option there? Okay, let's clone this, see if I get it, right? So if I just go 50% down here, yeah, a little iffy. That's a little deeper than you'd like for the 4, right? So is it the 4? A little deep, right? We saw it before. Well, there's your target, right? You got your algo target, right? So the algo got paid, right? The algo doesn't give a flying fuck about any Elliott count. Okay, so if you're looking at that and we've completed, have we completed? Oh, let's go. Have we completed? What's here? What's it running into? Right. So you always got to look left. Looks to me like there's. supply right here, right? So it looks like you'd have a couple of them. So there's supply sitting right there. Okay, right now, just because we have to do it, right? Because we have to know where they are. Oh, that's interesting. Look, we got a break, right? So advantage bulls, right? So we broke and closed above. So while this is definitely still supply, we broke the algo. Log scale. Let's add a log. We're not there yet. But that's from 180 to 20, right? So you gotta look in log, right? That's too far, right? But that's a good sign, right, for bulls, right? This is a bullish count. So what are we waiting for, right? It's not rocket science. Is that hard? That's not hard. 5-3. Is that hard? It's not hard. You want to buy here? Well, I'd want to see it give me a little reaction. I got an obvious liquidity sweep here, right? So if it's not going to get that, that's bullish, right? Then I want that one, right? 3, 4, 5. Right? If they do sweep it, well, okay, well then that doesn't surprise. It wouldn't surprise me, right? It would surprise me actually if they didn't. Let's get that off of there. If they didn't sweep it, right? Because it's just sitting there, right? What does the algo want to do, right? It's got to go back it needs to fuel up again. That's what the retrace is, right? If we're coming back down, it's looking for liquidity. It needs the juice to go higher. It can't just keep going up, right? You run out of buyers. We got to bring it down, get some sellers, and then we can go back up again, right? Think of it that way, right? Oh shit, I'm out of gas. Got to come back down. Fuel up at the gas station. Oh, we're all good. Now we can go. If we were right here, what would we have, right? What would be the next thing you'd do, right? It's not golden, right? I don't know if I'm going to get that, but that would be a corner pocket, right? Then I still have 80% odds, right? It doesn't have to be a golden to get 80% odds. As long as this pivot holds, I got 80% odds. Why would you not take that trade? I'd like to think, right, if you've heard this enough times, you would. Okay, let me keep going. Little Lebowski, that's good stuff there. Advantage bulls, right, waiting for the retrace, right? It's not time to, you don't want to buy right into a supply zone, even though we just broke that golden. Now you got to wait. So this is what I'd be looking for. Right here, this guy. Maybe you get golden, I don't know, right? Something like that, right in there. I'd be looking for this one. Now, boom, right on the edge of the parallel. Use the tools. Okay, last one, Dr. Alban. Oh, Dr. Alban sneaking in ETH, but since we haven't looked at it, let's see what he's got. I love the guys. It's always funny when they post early, because I post this Tuesday night, and so they post, and then as I'm going, I get a little add-on. They circle to the bottom of the list and add one. Okay, last one. Oh shit! Somebody want to Google. Let me see if I can get this done here. So hang on. It's just my brain likes to see it in a certain way. Okay, so I'm going to take that off. Okay, ETH. What's going on with ETH, right? So not surprising. What do we got there? 3. Let's put that in something we can see. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? That's what we looked at. Oh, that's probably the 4, right? So we need an impulse to get you there. All right, for the 5. What are we trying to do? We're trying to complete the 5 of 3. Right now we've got the 5 of 3 at this degree. Shit. We got to pull back a little bit here. So where are we? All right, so I think this one, we all have similar counts on this here. So he's noting the 2 pivots here. Well, hey, I would just do this, right? I would just say, oh, God, those are perfect, right? I would do that, right? Here's the potential supply, right? It's always just that. Why would you be? Fuck. How many times do I, right? Needs no comment, right? So boom. So you can understand why the algos would be reactionary here, right? They used it, right? That's the pivot they used from the high. There it is. Boom. Did they get paid? Yeah, they got paid. For counts, right? I think we all are kind of thinking the same thing, right? That's not going to be 3, so got to be 1, 2. So 3, 4, 5. This is all still to come. All right. 1, 2, right? If this is an if then not if not that, then what? Ah shit, I'm gonna take that off just for Okay, if it's not going to be the 3, what is the only other thing it could be once we break this, right? Come here. Okay, once that's broken, right? So here's the power of Elliott. Once that's broken, what are the options here of what that could be, right? So once we keep going, well, it's not going to be the 3. Well, fuck, I shouldn't. I suppose it could be in some sort of contracting. Odds are it's not the 3, right? So it leaves you with, well, fuck, if it's not that, what's left? So all of this, part of whatever's going on up here, right? I'm out of options, right? So either it's going to be some sort of very bizarre, extension in the 1, short 3, tiny 5, right? Okay, so, it's possible. But just rationally looking at that, okay, 1, 2. What would help you lean into that? Maybe we'll go right to that pocket at the 50 or the golden zone, or in between, even better. Maybe we'll just okay, right? So there we go, right? What happens here? Reaction, right? So we know it's an algo, right? Not from this, we know it's an algo from that. Okay, so that one's good. Okay, 1, 2, 1. That's a little funky there. Oh, you're probably stuck with that because of this, right? This is like, what's the count here? Who fucking knows? Is it here? Looks like probably. This being just wick. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Are we stuck with that? We may be. It ain't pretty, right? It isn't when you're right here. Is that what you'd be thinking? 1, 2 right there? No, definitely not. So it's a little abnormal here over on ETH. Well, again, if you're right here, if this is, oh, fuck, 1, 2, oh, must be 1, 2. Okay, it's not going to be 3, right, given that retracement. So it's not 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, what's left? Another 1, 2. It's kind of, it forces you in, right? If you're applying rules and guidelines, it's kind of forcing you into this. Well, what else could it be? We don't have much of a 2 here, right? Which crypto is a bit notorious for that. We don't get a good 2. What? Oh, that's a better 2, but we're a little funky there. Okay, but all right, so okay, funky it is. Okay, well, what's coming off of that? I got an impulse. So all right, I'm leaving funky alone. What have I got? I got a 1, 2, and I got an impulse. So what am I expecting next? Why would you expect something else? Why? Oh, because we just ran into the resistance? Okay, well, maybe that drives the 4. How would we know? We got to rethink the whole thing, right? If we sweep this high. Oh, well, we're doing this. No, can't do that. I got an impulse here. So odds are that holds. Now, emphasis, odds are that this holds. If it breaks, because that's a 5. Then we got to rethink it. As it sits right now, well, oh, shit. God, maybe I'll get my wave 4 here. Right? We don't want the 4 going that low. We want it up here. Bring you back. That's the one we want right here. Right now it's got to get through, right? The clear supply here. Got to get through it. Kick. Oh, bump the head. Retrace. Why else would you be thinking retrace there? What happened here? Break of structure. What are we anticipating after the break of structure? Right? Retrace. Do I have a retrace here? Nope. I just got one. This is just one single leg going straight up. It's an impulse. I need to come down here. What's happening here, right? I don't have to get into the zone. I don't have to get into that zone for this to keep going. Well, here you can look here and say, well, here's a little unmitigated zone, right? Because you can see it hasn't been traded in. So if it's going to come down into that, oh, maybe we'll pop here. 4. Would I trade it that way? Nope. How would I trade it? I'd wait, give me the reaction, right? So why do I say that? Because, fuck, that thing is sticky. Because I can put my stop here. Now, there are times where you're going to go, oh, fuck, right? It's going to do something like that. But usually you're going to get an opportunity to get in. Not always, but here, just think about this, right? So just as we said before, right? We sweep this one, right? Then we want to sweep this one, right? If this is 1, 2, 3, right? I'm looking for that to come back down, right? I'm looking for it to come back down, right? Maybe I get an imbalance here. Maybe there's a little fair value gap here, or a little hitch in the, right? If this, come here. If this is going to be 1, 2, I got to have 1, 2, 3. Maybe I get a little 4 in here, right? That I can trade off of. I get a little 4 right there. I can get in there, but I'm kind of free drawing it. So maybe I can get this little fucker right there. Oh, down a little piece. Right, break a structure, right? Break it here. This is what confirms that we're going back up. Right here, oh, I'm going down. Break. Okay, I got to stop. Shit. Where'd the market go? Oh, it went nowhere. Okay, guys. I hope that one of you guys here, real quick here, one of you want to Google. Let's look at it real quick, and then I got to go. I looked at this the other day. Somebody else was asking me about this. Right? How do you not buy this? Well, you kind of shit. Excuse me. You're kind of stuck here. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Do we have to be log scale? I'm not sure we do. Yeah, we do. Well, from 48 to we do. Yeah, that's 4 times the range. 1, 2. Okay, what's there? All right, before any Elliott wave. What's there? Right here, we're holding in here. It looks like I got an impulse. 2. Right, so if I'm labeling that, I'd be thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This might be WXY coming down a little bit lower. You see the 3, 3, 3 coming down a little bit lower. Oh, just force a habit, right? I'd wick that off. This looks like that's kind of tricky up there. Doesn't look like a 5. Looks like an AB 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like you got an ABC right. This is just so you can't use that, right? That can't be your correction because it's just a straight line. So it might be A, B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd be looking down here. Well, let's measure real quick, right? And then I got to get out of here. If that's the 2. Oh, 2618. Interesting. 2, 3, 4, 5. I might even have to do it here. You still can't get that to fly as a 5, even though that's a good pivot up there. So it looks like you have to do it A, B. I'd be looking down here. Here, a little consolidation. All of this. Oh, this is mostly, that's still sitting there. Tee it up. Right, same thing every time. Now here, you got to do it this way. Well, I got to get the wave 4. Right, so the premise, your premise is that you've got an expanded B there. Right now, that I could be completely asked wrong here. Right, if this goes again, you have to reconsider it. But right now, that looks like I've got A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a C, as opposed to trying to put this into my 4. I mean, the only way you could do it here, you'd have to think A, B, C into the 4 here. But then, do I have a 5 there? Do you? Do I have a 5 there? 1, 2. That's not an impulse. You don't really have it. Okay, so what's the count coming down? That would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You'd be looking down here off of this, right? Until proven wrong, right? So you can look at this and say, well, fuck, if we take this out, I'd probably get out. Well, but let me rephrase that. I wouldn't be shorting Google. There's very, very few times I would be thinking, oh, I want to short Google. No, I'd be just teed up waiting for the buy. It's me. Okay, guys, I got to go. This went way too long there. What time is it? 2:09. Jesus, I'm supposed to do 2 hours. I did 2.5. Okay, guys, I'm looking over here because I hope I didn't lose everybody. They can get bored. Okay, I hope you pick up a few things there. That's always the hope. Keep in mind, you can always join us, right? You can always join us over on our Discord. It's free to join. Come in, kick around. Ask. I always say, ask the other members. Don't listen to me. I'm going to tell you, you're going to get something out of it. It's the bottom line is, if you apply yourself, you're going to improve. Period. Well, you could probably say that about any proven methodology. If you apply yourself, you're going to improve. Same with us. If you apply yourself, you're going to improve. So it just becomes a matter of, okay, do I like the vibe in here? Do I like these people? Right? Are they responsive? Do they care about my results? If I ask a question, do I get a reply? If I post something up because I'm new, do they, shit on me like, oh, you moron? Of course not. You get none of that, right? I think you'll find most people in there are pretty cool. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it there. Wish you a good afternoon. I guess I'm back on Friday.